Hi guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm Dr. Lynda Cramer. Okay, as this video is called Energy Words to Create Health, isn't it ironic that I've just spent 2 weeks in bed with possible pneumonia? So please bear with me. I'm back on deck today and I want to get through this to tell you how. Actually, I won't tell you. I'll give you some insights in how you too can create health around what's going on in your life as well. This has helped me greatly over the last 2 weeks where I've been critically unwell. I don't know how I didn't end up in hospital, to be honest. My daughter is also chronically ill. I don't know how she avoided hospital. So this is how we got through it. So I'll tell you a little bit first. I received an email from a person called Chris. Now, we don't know if Chris is male or female, but Chris does live in America. And this Chris has asked me quite an in-depth email. They actually emailed me back on the 23rd of June. So there you go. This just tells you how much I am behind with what I'm doing at this point, guys. So be patient, okay? So in my email back to Chris, I've actually broken down what this person has said. So we learn how our words create what we are feeling. Okay, so I'm reading the email directly from here. You can't see it, obviously, for privacy. But the first thing Chris says to me is, I have had a frustrating life. Now, when we say that we've had a frustrating life, that gives our brain a reason to blame past events to create it now into our present. So what I said to Chris was, what you're actually doing here is actually creating a frustrating life due to admitting that you have it now. The more you say I had or I used to have a condition, the more the brain creates it to be in the past. Our cellular network regenerates our entire body every 90 to 110 days, which means that every 3 months we get a whole new body. Even our skin, major organs, and our blood are all regenerated every 3 months. So the more we remember that fact, the more we create the body and the mindset of what we want in our future. So the next thing Chris says, I have dyslexia and have just found out that I have autism. My reply was, the more you say I have something, the more you are creating it. Please stop saying that, okay? I personally was diagnosed with a brain tumour back in 2017, which I've shown scans, etc. Note that I say I was, as my brain tumour is now gone. It's now gone. Because the more I say it's now gone, the more my brain creates now gone. Okay? I was diagnosed with something, but I tell myself I no longer have it. So the more that we say I have a condition, the more our brain is creating it. Okay? So the next one that, so we've got to get back to that mindset. I'm seeing in my email here. We can do this by creating the mindset of the more we play victim, our conditions in order to receive sympathy from others, the more we do not find the strength to do it for ourselves. So the more that we tell people that we're sick or we've got something wrong, the more we are actually getting that sympathy network whereby we're expecting and relying on other people to create the health, happiness, love and support network that we don't know how to create within ourselves. Okay, I hope this is making sense for you guys. Okay, so the last 2 weeks I've been pretty sick, but how many times, yes, I did 2 videos where I said, hey, I'm really sick, please be patient. But I didn't go into what I had, really. Well, I told you about this because I need people to understand it. But in my private life with my friends, my relatives, other people around me that I live with, etc., in this building, I don't share all that information, because the more I share it, the more I'm creating it. So look within your inner circle. When you get sick or you have some drama, do you run to your bestie and say, oh my God, all this drama? Because now your bestie is creating it on your behalf as well. Okay? So that's where we've got to stop and not give that energy to what the things are that we don't want. We put our energy into the things that we do want. Okay? So the next thing from this person, let me just go down in their email, because there's a few things here that I don't really need to talk about. Oh, I was sexually abused as a child, beaten and bullied, and I was told I'm no good. So what this person's actually saying is, when they're saying that they no good, I'm no good, they're actually saying I am no good. See what I mean? So even though in all this sexual abuse, and I hope I'm not triggering anybody here. Obviously, if you do have something in your life, please go see a professional about it, okay? I'm not a medical doctor. I just base this on psychic information that I receive, how to be healthy, and most of all, how to take our self-empowerment as a person. So if we've got these conditions in our past where other people have done stuff to us, where other people bullied us, other people beat us, other people told us we were no good, we've got to change our mindset where we say, hang on, who is that person to tell me I'm no good? Who is that person to bully me and make me feel I'm lesser than them? I am equal to them. No one's above, no one's below. So the more we get this mindset where we say, the issue is not with me, the issue is with them. They are the ones with the issue. That's why they bully. That's why they have to beat people up. That's why they have to sexually assault other people. Because they're the ones with the problem, not me. I don't go out and do that sort of stuff to other people. Think about it, okay? So the more that we allow others to make us feel no good, that's actually giving away our power to other people. Okay? We're relying on somebody else to justify how we feel today. Okay? So, in my reply, I said, here you are actually saying, I am no good. Even though you use the term I'm, I apostrophe am, the words are I am. The more you tell yourself what you are, the more your body creates it. Do you really think you are no good? Oh, be honest. Now, this is in my email. Because it is easy to be the victim, so others give you the energy to create your own health. Look at yourself in the mirror and keep saying to yourself, I am good. I am good. And the more you tell yourself, the more those memories will go away as the synaptic network within our brains, neuroplasticity, do not strengthen due to the energy being forced into those new thought processes. Okay? Okay. So, the next thing that this person has gone on about in their email, and I do appreciate Chris for saying this, because, this person, male or female, I don't know, they're pretty raw with what they've said. So it takes a lot of guts, to actually admit to this sort of stuff. So I always say, be raw with yourself, guys. Go through your own issues and say, why do I feel like this? How can I feel better? And then when you get to that extremity of how to be a better person, that's where you start saying, I am that thing. Okay? If you want to be a rock climber and climb up Everest, you don't say, oh yeah, I'm going to do it someday, because your brain is creating that mindset to do it someday in the future. So we create it now in our present. I am a rock climber. I am going up Everest. I have the rock climbing equipment. I have my shoes. I have my backpack. I have the access to get in a Sherpa and all these other guides, etc., that will get me up to base camp. Okay? So we imagine it and we create it in our mindset, so then it's reality. Okay? Okay. So next thing, let me just go back down through this email. Okay, so this person said, I no longer feel like that because they were actually doing voluntary work and won't be doing anything stupid. So my reply here was it really stupid? When we look at things that we do in our lives, are they really stupid? Because we're only trying to do our best at any situation in our lives. Yes, we may sit there in the future and say, wow, if I only knew now how bad that was going to turn out, I wouldn't have done it. It was so stupid. What a stupid idea. But at the time, we didn't have that future thought. We didn't know the outcome. So we've got to say to ourselves, Lynda, you're not stupid. We are doing the best we can with the information that we have in the present. And if it fails, too bad. I'll try again, because then I'll have that experience, skills, training, or whatever to make it better in my future. But for right now, I'm trying my best. And give yourself that reward for it. Give yourself that pat on the back for getting up and trying it. Okay? Now, let's get into something bad here. Well, badder, I should say. This Chris actually said, all my best friends died when we were young kids. I can only imagine what this Chris has gone through, okay? But at the end of the day, all is the word that's making me concerned here. All my best friends died when we were kids. So this person now has that feeling of being abandoned, left alone, deserted, no support network. When in reality, there were other best friends to be made. So we can't blame what goes on. We have to come to some sort of mentality where we fix the situation. If all your best friends leave you, go out and make new best friends, because chances are they're going to be better quality people. Okay? So Chris says she, I'm presuming it's a male, I don't know. They ended up with chronic post-traumatic stress. Now, I too have been diagnosed with chronic post-traumatic stress syndrome. Okay? And one thing I'll tell you about me is that I don't use it as a victim. I know my boundaries. I know my triggers. I've gone into that pit of PTSD hell where I've identified what sets me off and I look for processes in how to avoid creating that power for that disease again, okay, for that mental disease. So when you've got something that's mental, like a PTSD situation, depression, anxiety, you've got to go into that pit of soul and say, what is causing it? Now, we've got to remember, depression is based on failures in the past. So we've got to look at things in our past that we thought we didn't do right. Okay? And as I just said, we can't blame ourselves for what we did in our past, because we were only trying to do the best that we could with the information that we had at that time. Anxiety, on the other hand, is a condition where we get stressed over future events, because our brain is trying to control things out of our control. So if you suffer from anxiety, where you get scared, your heart races, and you have all these feelings where you're sweating profusely, think about what it is that's about to happen, and then come to some sort of mental agreement within yourself as to how you can control that situation. Okay? I don't like going to the dentist. So every time I go to the dentist, I have massive anxiety attacks. So I sit there and I think, well, what can I do now so I alleviate that lack of control? So you talk to the dentist and you say, what are you going to do that day? Okay? What am I having done? So then you can say, okay, is this the worst thing that's ever happened? What can I do? You know, if it's pain management that you're looking for, you may want to take some pain relief medication before you go to the dentist. Do the big fake scream that I talk about. I've got a video, big fake scream, because that's how we alleviate that anxiety building within us, okay? So there's all these different little strategies that we can put into place that will hopefully help us, okay, guys? All right, so this person says, I struggle to be happy. So we are now giving permission to struggle. What we're doing there, as Chris says, I struggle to be happy. That's this person virtually saying, I'm allowing myself to struggle. Wow. So I've actually said, please look at the way that you say, I struggle to be. I feel quite empty inside. Because that's the next thing this person said in the email. You are creating this to be prominent and to grow within you, and you wonder why you are getting illnesses. Illnesses grow in negativity. Okay? The more negative a person is, the sicker they get. Now, I've just said the last 2 weeks I've been borderline pneumonia, but I didn't go to hospital. I didn't die again. Again. So I've managed my sickness because I'm every day thinking positively, thinking about raising my vibration, talking to great friends who lift me up higher. So my vibration does get rid of these illnesses that I've got, okay? So it's another strategy of looking at techniques of what we can do, okay? Okay. All right, so this person says, I'm now 50 and I hurt from head to toe with inflammation. So again, they're creating this inflammation because they're allowing it. They're actually saying, I give you permission to be on me because I have you. So stop giving over permission. Stop giving consent to these illnesses that we've got, okay? You know, I sat in bed 2 days ago and I said, I don't give myself consent to have this. I really don't. I want you gone now. You've been on me for a while, over a week. It's time for you to be gone. Okay? Now, that night I slept better than I have in 2 weeks because I'd released that sickness and I let it go. You might say, wow, that sounds really good, Lynda, but how does that work in the real life? Well, it actually does. So if you've got a condition, let it go. Okay? Be able to say to yourself, I'm willing to live without it. Because a lot of people want their diseases. A lot of people want to feel sick. A lot of people feel special, loved and supported when people are coming to them and saying, oh, how are you feeling today? What do you want me to do for you? Okay? When we start creating a mindset where we are creating our own support network for ourselves, we're creating our own love for ourselves, and most of all, we are not relying on others to do it for us. That's when the beauty of the universe starts playing out, okay? Because once we start creating this mindset where we are capable of creating what we want. Now remember here, I've cured a brain tumour. I also cured throat cancer. I hope I know what I'm talking about here. The more we say what it is that we want, and the more we think about it in our brain, I want to go to the beach today. I really want to be at the beach today. So I close my eyes and I imagine that I'm standing in the sand. I can feel the sand between my toes and I can feel the of the waves. I don't physically have to be at the beach because I've already just made it here. Okay? That beach, going to the beach is just a physical reflection of what I've already created on my mind. Okay? So the more we say, you know what, I'm going to stop relying on other people to tell me how good I am. I'm going to start telling myself how good I am. That's when the music starts. That's when the magic starts. And that's when we start to love ourselves and we don't rely on others to create it for us. Okay, guys? Okay. This Chris then says, I find it hard to make any money. Well, why do you think you're not making any money, Chris? Because money is a frequency. It's a currency that comes into us when we are creating love within ourselves. Okay? All right? So the more we are gracious, the more we are appreciative, the more we give thanks for every little thing that we've got. Even the last 2 weeks of me not being well, I've been saying every day, well, thank God I'm sick because now it's giving me more time off. I'd actually just taken 2 weeks off because I'd been sick 2 months ago. So I'm grateful that I've now just had another couple of weeks where I couldn't do anything because it's given me that break that I needed. It's like a holiday to get away from all the other external sources that's going on in my head. Okay? So I needed that little break away because I'm only human myself, right? So when we say I'm not making any money, money is a reflection of what we're putting out. Okay? The more we put out good loving energy to people, and the more that we put out support, kindness, love to other people, instead of asking for it back, the more we're giving out, the more the universe gives in to us. It's karma. Okay, I've got videos on karma. What is karma? Karma is the rebalancing of energies. So if we put out love, love comes back. If we put out kindness, kindness comes back. Okay? The more we give to others, the better our lives do get. And this is true. Okay? Whether you want to prove it scientifically or spiritually, it works both ways. Okay? So, the last bit of Chris's email, they say, I want to know if I will ever find peace in my heart. Why are you asking me for, Chris? This has got to come from within you. Don't rely on another person to say, will I ever get there? This is where you tell yourself, I am getting there. I have already gotten there. I am, I have, I do. I do succeed every day. So the more we say I am, I have, I do. I am getting there. I am trying my best in a world gone mad to do my best. I am healthy, I am fit, I am strong. I have my health. I have a support network. I have great friends. I have money coming in. Whatever you want to add there. I do create my own happiness. I do create my own wealth. I do create my own accountability of who I am without relying on other people to do it for me. Okay? So that's the basis of this email that Chris has sent me. They have given me permission on the 12th of July. Chris gave me permission, so I've got it here. Yes, Lynda, of course you can make a video, and I really hope it will help someone else out there. So there you go. Chris is a positive, loving person. But when we look at how we tweak our words, guys, when we look at how we have to be so careful of our words every day, because our words do create our reality. Okay? All right? And as Chris says here, I've got to say I completely understand what you are saying and it all makes sense to me. Thank you so much, Chris. Because, I am finding some beautiful, amazing people who want to be better within themselves. And if I can help anyone along the way create that for themselves, that's my karmic energy going out into the universe. So guys, I love yous all. I hope that this video has helped today. Thank you so much, Chris, for allowing me to use what you've said in your email, because I hope that it gives us all an inkling today to look at how we word what we say, how we feel about ourselves, and most importantly, how we do create our own health by simply thinking about it. As I long say, guys, what we think, we create. Go and think about those 4 words. We create what we think about. We think, we create. So on that note, guys, I love yous all. Have a great day, and I'll talk to yous all soon. Bye.